You've joined many of your constituents in calling on the Biden administration to end America's reliance on Russian oil. And recently on Long Island, you've also joined Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman and the mayor of Glen Cove in calling for Joe Biden to finally close down, what is this, Killenworth Estate? It's a Russian-owned compound. And you guys have called this a place where diplomats go to spy on Americans. Any other reason why this needs to go?
Yeah, the Russian ambassador to the United Nations, that entire diplomatic team for decades have been using this property in Nassau County. The property's off the tax rolls, so you have the rest of the community helping to support this property. So they're frustrated, they're upset. I happen to believe that Russian diplomats should be kicked out of the country right now to be part of sending that message to Russia in response to their invasion of Ukraine. As relates to the Russian imports of oil, I believe that we should suspend all importation of Russian energy. Use this as an opportunity to revisit our own energy policy, ramp up domestic production of energy, allow our nation to become energy independent. Finally, when President Biden came into office, he killed Keystone XL pipeline. He fast tracks Nord Stream 2. Here in New York State, where I'm talking to you from, we have natural resources under our ground in many regions of the state that can support not just this entire state, but the country and even exporting to other parts of the world. We should safely extract our own natural resources and to create the jobs and revitalize communities and help to lower taxes and generate revenue. Most importantly, become energy independent as a country.
Yeah, Congressman, this is the kick in the teeth for me. You and I both know that oil is a worldwide traded commodity. So if the United States was putting in supply, that is the greatest weapon we have to defund radical anti-American regimes around the planet. And Joe Biden, I believe because he wants to help foreign regimes, has decided to stop America's ability from influencing worldwide oil prices. So he plays right into Vladimir Putin. Even if we stop buying all Russian oil today, really doesn't matter because Putin can market his oil because oil is $110 plus a barrel now because Joe Biden took America's supply and is conducting a war on American energy suppliers. Am I wrong?
No, you're 100% correct. Now you have people like John Kerry who gets elevated to climate czar. They are prioritizing their climate change agenda above all else. They're compromised from that respect. By the way, as a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, I remember when John Kerry came before our committee last year, and he was posed a question about the transportation of energy. What's safer, pipeline, truck? He was given a whole bunch of different options, and he said pipeline. Now, what you saw with Jake Sullivan's recent interview that made national news is that they're looking towards Iran as an answer here, as opposed to just looking internally within our own country. It's just so bizarre and twisted where their priorities are.
Yeah, putting America at the feet of our enemies. That's the Democrat agenda. Congresswoman Claudia Tenney, your colleague, came onto the program earlier this week, Congressman, and she said this.
The authoritarians are in charge between Governor Cuomo, disgraced and out, to Kathy Hochul. And now we have the Democratic Socialists of America, who are the true authoritarians, who are the largest caucus in the New York State Assembly, have taken over New York City. Wow. And we're seeing a huge problem. We see this coming, and I've done everything I can to put this out there.
Congressman, as one of the leading Republican candidates for governor in your state, how can you change attitudes in your state, prompting New Yorkers to reject the failed socialist system and ideology and mindset?
The solutions are easy. And as we around the country are watching what's going on in Washington with outsized power of people like AOC in New York, you have one party rule there too. You have supermajorities in the Assembly and Senate and outsized power of self-described socialists. We need to repeal cashless bail. We need to fire district attorneys who refuse to enforce the law, like Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. We should be backing the blue. We should be backing law-abiding New Yorkers who want to feel safe when they're walking outside of their homes. We need to stand up to these people who have a totally different vision for our country and our state. They seek more power, control. They look to suppress freedom. suppress economic opportunity, individual liberty. It's going to be ultimately up to the voters November 8th here in New York and around this country to take control of their destiny and our country's destiny. Because if more of the same, we're basically going to lose everything that we know and love most. And by the way, in some respects,
to all you New Yorkers out there, to all you New Yorkers out there, socialism sucks. Always has, always will. Last thing here, Congressman, we only got about 60 seconds left. We saw former disgraced Governor COVID Cuomo launch a new ad attempting a political comeback. You know, in my mind, it's a disgrace. This guy hasn't been held accountable for the over 15,000 deaths that he caused by stupidly throwing China virus patients into nursing homes. Am I wrong, or do the socialists who run your state really just hate old people?
I believe Andrew Cuomo should be prosecuted. I could think of all different kinds of misconduct that fits that. You referenced the deadly nursing home order and cover up. He had that book deal, $5+ million. He used taxpayer-funded staff to help write it. We saw it with many different allegations of abuse. That's how he operated as governor. And then there was the COVID testing scandal where he was sending state health department officials to his family and friends' private residence, then having the samples moved to the front of the line. So pick your poison with the different scandal, the different law that was broken. He shouldn't be airing ads for a comeback. He should be put in prison.
Congressman Lee Zeldin, good luck in your race, sir. Keep us posted, and thank you very much.